Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sports live stream watch along of the Catalan Grand Prix. This is round 9 of the MotoGP calendar, and at the moment they are just doing a warm-up lap around the Catalunya circuit here in Barcelona. So welcome and thanks for joining us. Marc Marquez has just tweeted a photo saying that he is watching on his iPad from either his hotel room or wherever it is he's staying, since of course there is no more Marc Marquez for this season, we expect anyway, due to the fact that he has surgery on his arm coming up. I don't know if he's had it yet, but either way, the doctors have ruled him out for this season. But anyway, the heat is on in Barcelona. They're just doing a warm-up lap as we speak. Do get in touch on the live chat page, and of course, throughout this stream, we'll keep you up to date on what is going on in the race, and we'll read out your messages as well if you leave any. But it was Alex Espargaro who was pole position yesterday. And they're just coming onto the straight now, getting ready for the lights. Over 60,000 have attended this race in Barcelona, just weeks after this track also hosted the Spanish Grand Prix for Formula 1, which is a bit controversial since they call this the Catalan Grand Prix in MotoGP, but not in F1 when it's, of course, in Barcelona. Anyway, they're lined up and ready to go in front of the safety car. The 5 red lights are on, and they are out, and there they go, coming down the straight as they do. The first turn is a right turn, and it's a good start for Espargaro. So a 24-lap race this will be. So do get in touch, folks, on the live chat page. I'd love to hear from you. But already, collisions! 2 or 3 bikes out on the first turn. And Fabio Quartararo takes the lead. Great start for the Frenchman. Alex Espargaro had to go down to second just after the first few turns of this race. And I think Bagnier's out again. I think it's him. It's a Ducati. I can't tell if it's him or Jack Miller. And it is Bagnier out of the race yet again. So, stewards have said that there's an incident currently under investigation, which I'm sure was what we just witnessed on the opening lap. So, under investigation that'll be. There could be some penalties towards some of those riders, but they'll check it out in due course. So, at the moment, we got Jorge Martin up to third with Zarco fourth, with Espargaro second, who started on pole, Fabio Quartararo first. Paul Espargaro, who's without his teammate Marc Marquez, is fifth. So the crash incident was at turn 2 of Nakagami, Rins and Bagnier. So let's see what happened. So they approached turn 1. Oh, slip. Oh, shit. Oh, how did Bagnier go, though? He wasn't involved in the collision between Nakagami and I think it was Muir, wasn't it? But a terrible, terrible start for some of those riders. That's them out of the race. But yellow flags around that circuit at the moment. Oh, and Stefan Bradal has crashed at turn 10. And that is Marc Marquez's replacement. So not a good start to him in his time in his little role. Jeep says, cheers from the States. Always good to hear from you, Jeeps. Caspiar says root, then says crash, and then says come on Wales. Something tells me you're also watching the cricket as well. I am wearing an England cricket shirt, and it is looking very good. Joshua Langley saying Scorchio in Spain. I've got the heating on here in Buxton. Caspiar saying that Wales, England in World Cup group would be great. Well, they've got to beat Ukraine later today, which Luke Tannen, my good friend, will be doing a live stream watch along here on the channel. So if you haven't yet, do subscribe. We're nearly close to 9,700 subscribers. We're trying to get to the 10,000 mark, and it's your support that'll help us get there. Back with this race, we're only on lap 2. It's a 24-lap race, so 23 laps to go. Quartaro's leading at 0.6 of a second, and he's acting like a world champion, isn't he? He's shown how to defend a world championship, because he is top of the championship before this race had begun today, but he could increase that gap. But his championship rival of Espargaro is behind him, 7 tenths a second behind him. They go down the straight. Quantaro's got the fastest lap so far, 140.7 I think that was. The numbers just disappeared in front of me on the screen. But we all know what Quintaro can do. The moment he takes the lead... Oh, Bagnaia has rejoined. That's interesting. Yeah, 140.7 from Fabio. So Bagnaia has come back onto the track, but is he not at least 2 laps behind? You kind of wonder if it's pointless racing, but he's happy to come back out. So Bagnaia, as you can see on the leaderboard at the moment, is down as a did not finish, but as in DNF, but he's back out on the circuit, so that'll need to change. Yeah, here you go. He's back on there. Done at least 1 lap. Started the race in second. Caspi saying, and tennis final 2, Nadal versus Ruud. Yes, very interesting race. Not race, tennis match that'll be. Up against a very inexperienced player, Nadal. So you'd think Nadal will win in the French, but who knows? So they're showing the crash again at turn 2. Oh, shit. Nakagami went into the back of one of the motorbikes, as in full-on helmet. My God, it saved his life. Oh, Jesus. Alex Espargaro just got out of that. He was just in front of them all as well. Nasty. Hopefully Nakagami's okay. So Muir was overtaking under yellow flags, dropped 1 position. Muir's 5th at the moment. Yeah, you can't overtake when there's a yellow flag. Quite a basic rule in racing. Oh, there's just been an overtake there. So your top 5 at the moment is Fabio, Jorge Martin, Alex Espargaro, Johan Zarco, and who's 5th? Is that Muir? No. No, Moreni, what am I saying? Oh, Fabio's done it again. He's only improved his lap time by 6 tenths of a second. It's now 140.1. I think I just read that the best ever race that was a 139.9. So who knows? He could try and beat that maybe. But at the moment, Quantaro's a 1.5 seconds ahead of Jorge Martin. Oh, good overtake there by Marini on Muir. Goes in on the inside. Just gets ahead of him onto the next turn. Yeah, I think he's come out cleanly there. Good work there by Luca Marini for VR46. Mooney VR46, that is. I always forget it's called Mooney. Zophek says, I wish Martin finishes on podium. He's a good rider, but had a lot of crashes lately. There's very rarely many consistent riders in this riders lineup, is there really? I'd say Quintaro is proving why he is a world champion, because he is consistent. So, Alex Rins is back in the garage. He's just looking at his wrist. He's still got his helmet on. Probably just trying to remember what happened in that collision. So, Nakagami went off. Went into the back of Bagnaia and then went into Rins' bike. And then Rins has gone off as well. Oh, Rins would have felt that on his back the way he landed. I just hope Nakagami's okay because he got the worst of it. Yeah, that just shows what happens. The moment you lose control of a motorbike, it can have all sorts of consequences, especially if you have other bikes around you. Fabio Quintaro in the lead. I do love watching him race. He's a brilliant, brilliant rider on his day. His last lap was a 140.2. Jorge Martin could only get a 140.7. Same for Alex Espargaro. So even Fabio's pace is just too good for the other two at the moment, who are 2nd and 3rd. They're just showing a replay of Bezzecchi here on turn 10. Oh, he's gone off. One of the riders for VR46, which is Valentino Rossi's team. So I think Bezzecchi is now a DNF. Bagnaia, I think he's gone. I'd imagine he's gone back to the garage because we haven't seen him since. He's getting the gap up to nearly 2 seconds, Fabio. But at the moment, he's controlling this race as well as the championship. While his rivals don't consistently get top finishes, he is at the moment. So no further action taken after reviewing incident involving Nakagami and Bagnaia and wins. I mean, it was just a simple incident. Just went off his bike and sadly 2 of them had to go off with him. It's a nice hot and sunny day in Barcelona, which is no surprise, but when you look outside my window it is raining non-stop. Has been all day. Should call it rain day, not Sunday. There'll be more dad jokes to come. But yeah, just to let you know, we are doing another stream later at 5 o'clock UK time, I think it is. That's the kickoff time between Wales and Ukraine. So do join Luke Tanner for that. Will Wales go to their first World Cup since I think 1958, or could Ukraine, despite everything that's going on in their country, can they find themselves at a World Cup, which would be some story. So a lot at stake in that match in Cardiff, and Luke will guide you through it if you're wanting to catch our stream. We are just 20 subscribers away, folks, from reaching 9,700. So do click that subscribe button if you can. We'd love to reach that by the end of this watch along. So 2.3 seconds, the gap between first and second. Alex Espargaro down to third as Jorge Martin overtook him a few laps ago. Johan Zarco fourth. So some of your rivals in the championship of Fabio up there, but Bagnaia, if you've just joined us, retired at the start of the race. Well, he came back on and rejoined, but this was like 2 laps after his incident, so I don't know how he could really compete, because it's just, as we all know, MotoGP races, they're not on for long. It's only 20 odd laps you get. Today it's 24 laps. And do get in touch on the live chat page, folks. Let us know where you're watching the stream from today and who you think's going to win. We haven't looked at the poll yet. Fabio Quintaro leading at 44%. Bagnaia at 28%, which I'm sure most of you voted for that before the opening lap. And Alex Espargaro 24%. 5% of you went for other riders. Keep an eye out for Rider of the Day. That will do near the end of the race. 2.3 seconds at the moment between Fabio and Jorge Martin. He's already clean. It could go up to 5 seconds at this rate. The pace he's setting, and there's only been 8 laps. Still another 16 to go. All of them are on medium tyres. Oh, Bastianini's gone off. Oh, they had the camera on board with him as well, and he's just gone off. Oh, that'll lose him a lot of points. And, well, as you'd expect, the racing stewards are there trying to help him, but... Oh, dear. What did he do? Oh, he just skidded off. No contact. There was a rider behind him, but straight away, the moment he went off, he was so frustrated. One of the members, I think members of Bastianini's family, had a t-shirt on saying "push like a bastard." So Quintaro just approaching turn 1 now, and 2.5 seconds behind him is Jorge Martin and Alex Espargaro. As Quintaro's gone off, has he? No. No. Sorry about that. The leaderboard just said he crashed, and now they've got rid of it because I think they realised they made a mistake. They didn't have the cameras on him. I was going to say. Oh, Gian Antonio, Bastianini's teammate, has gone off as well. Everyone's going off. Quintaro's still on the track, folks. Don't worry. I don't know why that happened, but the graphic came up completely wrong. That would have been some moment if that had happened in terms of the championship. Joshua Langley says, experts are saying that they are all going to get into tyre issues with around 5 laps to go. It's supposed to get interesting, but who knows? Joshua Langley also saying Mav has gone for the soft rear. No, Bastianini, says Zopek. Yeah, everyone's slipping up apart from Quintaro. He's nearly 3 seconds ahead of Mr. Martin. So we've already had 6 retirements in this race. Alex Rins, Nakagami, Bradel, Bagnier, Bezecchi and Bastianini. So 6 retirements already. Oh, Alex Espargaro's going in for Martin. Good overtake, and he gets away from him easily at the end of turn 2. So that is, of course, the battle for second. I think they know Fabio's just too far away at the moment, but it still helps in the championship standings. So if it ended like this racing standings, Espargaro would only be 13 points behind Fabio on 134, while Fabio's on the championship lead of 147. That's if the race ended like this now, though. Still 15 laps to go. And I'm interested to see if there were to be any tyre issues at the end of the race, as Joshua Langley has pointed out from what he's been hearing from the pundits in the MotoGP world. Currently got quite the battle between Brad Binder and Miguel Oliveira, both of them teammates at KTM. So Binder's 8th, while Oliveira's following him in 9th. They're on... yeah, they've got medium tyres on the back. And they might be teammates, but I think he's going to go for it. And there they are going down the straight. I think Bastianini is still unhappy with how that went. Let's read more of your comments. Joshua Langley says, awesome, with clapping hands. Yeah, Alex Espargaro, good overtake that was on Martin. You'd love to keep him behind, just to at least get that second place. I think when you're going to go up against your championship leader, if there's some races that are just out of your hands, the best you could do is finish behind them. which is obvious, but it's all about consistency when it comes to MotoGP. Remember, folks, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd love to get past 9,700 subscribers. Help us reach 10,000 by clicking that subscribe button. You'll be kept up to date for our future MotoGP watch-alongs. The next race is Germany 2 weeks from today, followed by the Netherlands Grand Prix, which is a week after. So we'll be doing those as watch-alongs. And if you subscribe, you'll be kept up to date of when we do those streams. 3.5 seconds still between the top two. Fabio's not going as quick as he has done, but he knows that the gap is decent. That man is always on a mission. They're just showing a replay of the race start again. I do love the shoulder camera on the riders. Looks like they've been able to find some of the... Oh, Quintaro's overtake at the start is absolutely brilliant. Oof. I just hope Nakagami's okay, just the way he hit at the end of that bike. I think that must be the most horrible moment, though. The moment you go off on your bike at the straight, at the start of a race, knowing that all the bikes are around you, it must be a horrible moment to think, oh, crap, you know, I could get killed now. I'm completely vulnerable. Very scary. What lovely weather, though, in Spain. Quintaro's stretching his leg out there while he makes the next turn. Bit wide there off that corner. Razik Crab saying Bagnier, the winner in Catalunya. Sahil asking how many laps are remaining. So 12 laps to go. Well, actually 11 laps to go. It's just changed. Fabio's nearly 4 seconds ahead. I think your top four is probably sorted because Muir is 3 seconds behind Zarco in 5th. If anything, he's got to keep an eye out for Luca Marini, who's just behind him. Now 4.1. The limitations that Fabio has doesn't exist. Jorge Martin, will he accept third? I don't think he will. He's just behind Alex Espargaro now. He's coming in on the inside on the turn one. He's just not there yet. Zarco now gets closer to them two as he watches them from behind. Oh, Alejandro is watching the race. He's a singer. I think he's Spanish. But yeah, you'd expect. Well, I know we're in Catalunya, but Alex Espargaro might have a lot more fans in since he's from Spain. Four and a half seconds ahead now, Fabio. Still 10 laps to go. Oh no, 9. Remember to subscribe to Let's Talk Sport, folks. Click that subscribe button and give us a follow. It's free to do so. I said Fabio could push it up to 5 seconds, and he might just do that. So your retirement so far is Gian Antonio, Bastianini, Bezzecchi, Bagnaia. So quite a lot of Italians going out of this race. There's only Marini and Morbidelli and Dovizioso left for them. Oh, and Perro. Bridal, who's Marc Marquez's replacement for the rest of the season, he's out. Nakagami out after that head collision. And Alex Rins. There's been nothing to say that Nakagami is injured, but hopefully he's just okay. I mean, that helmet just shows why helmets are so important. Saved his life. So 17 points. The gap currently for the live championship. 147 Fabio Quintana would be on. And Alex Espargaro will be 17 behind. But you do feel as though Espargaro needs to start winning some races if he's going to challenge. Oh, they're just showing a replay. Jorge Martin overtaking Espargaro, but then Espargaro, I think, came back again on the inside. No, he didn't. So Jorge Martin now second. Yeah, Bagnaia won the last race, didn't he? So he won the last race. The last race that... I think Quintana, when was his last win? It was Portugal back in April, I think. I'm just looking now. Yeah. He's only won one race. That's mad. You'd think Fabio would have won more, but no, this would only be his second win of the season. He's 7 laps away from getting it. He just needs to keep focusing, which he's doing. He's 5 seconds exactly ahead now of second place. Who's had a good race today, then, in terms of, as well as Fabio? Muir started 17th and is currently 5th, so good for him. Alex Marquez started last, pretty much, and is 10th. Stay tuned, folks. We are going to do the rider of the day very soon. So apparently Fabio Quartararo's best race pace of this race was on lap 3 at 140.1. Last one just then was at 141.5, so way off it. I'm a big fan of Fabio's helmet. I do love the racing helmets, whether it's MotoGP or Formula 1. I do love the helmet designs. All iconic in their own way. Arap asking, where is the video? So no, it's just a watch along. I can't show the actual race because of copyright. Just like pretty much any other watch along you see on YouTube. So Espargaro, currently third. Can he get another chance? So Augie Martin or has Martin sealed that second place? Zarco's behind. Alex Espargaro would hate to lose out on the podium now. Johan Zarco watching on the Frenchman. Oh, he might want to help out his fellow Frenchman of Fabio in this case, maybe. It's mad how long they lean for on some of those turns, especially turn 5. Turn 5 is a very long turn. So the second, third and fourth going down the straight as we speak. 5 laps to go. Quartararo in a world of his own. Because when he does turn up, he really can be the hardest one to beat. It's been a quiet race. I mean, I know that sounds a bit daft, but apart from the start and a few DNFs, it's been a quiet race at the front at least. So not been the best of races for this season, but you're going to have one or two of them, I guess. Oh, Dovizioso is out. Oh, yeah, he is. Oh, yeah, I knew that. Oh, I mentioned that before. Yeah, he went out at lap 17, which they didn't seem to show that. But if you haven't seen the footage yet of Nakagami, Rins, and Bagnaia, do check it out. It might have been on YouTube already because they'll show that throughout the week. Need to see how much of an impact it was for Nakagami to hit his head into the back of someone else's helmet. Only 17 riders left out on the track. We're going to do a Rider of the Day vote, folks. Right, your Rider of the Day poll is up, folks, so do do get involved and vote on them. We'll announce it at the end of the race of who will be our Let's Talk Sports Rider of the Day, voted by you lot. In terms of when we asked you who will win the race, it looks as though most of you got it right. Fabio Quartararo at 52%, Alex Espargaro 22%, and Bagnaia 20%, while other riders was 4%. So thanks to all of you who voted. That's over 746 of you voted there, so thanks very much. Alex Espargaro has got himself back into second. That's a great move on Martin. So that means he reduces the gap again in the championship of 13 points. But still 3 laps to go. He's still going to have to fend off both of the Pramic racing bikes. He knows he'll have to fight with them till the end of this race. So I think that's the main battle we'll be focusing on between now and the checkered flag. Quartaro's nearly 6 seconds ahead. There's just no way he's losing this race. He's just too quick. Just wished it was a bit sunny today. It's so wet outside compared to what's happening in Barcelona. Different countries, different places, of course, but very annoying. We got Wee Burrow saying, Pecco, go. Mohamed Sakti saying, yes, Quintaro. Espargaro still second. He's fending off the 2 Pramic bikes. I do like the purple livery that they've got. There's a lot of good liveries in MotoGP. I still think my favourite is either Griseni or maybe Rossi's team. I quite like that with the fluorescent colour in the back of it at least. So Brad Binder currently 8th. He's been able to keep ahead of Oliveira after the battle that they were having. He's quite far back, I think. Yeah, he's like 4 seconds behind him. So Lynn Jarvis, the team principal for Monster Energy Yamaha, is still chatting to some of the members in the garage while Fabio Quartararo carries on, trying to make sure he seals the deal and wins his 2nd race of the season. Still wearing face masks in some of these garages. I wonder if that's still a restriction in Catalunya or Spain. I don't know. Surely it's just a simple ride out now for Fabio Quartararo. He's only got a lap to go. And he's 5.6 seconds ahead. Doesn't need to risk anything, that's for sure. If you have just joined us, welcome to Let's Talk Sports live stream watch along of the Catalunya Grand Prix. We are currently just about 2 laps to go with Fabio Quartararo leading the race, 5.8 seconds ahead of his championship rival of Alex Espargaro in 2nd. Having to just try and fend off the 2 Pramic bikes though of Jorge Martin and Johan Zarco. But if he does stay ahead of them, then he will stay 2nd in the championship. Well, actually, I think he will either way, but he'd want to at least reduce, well, not reduce, but keep the gap as small as it can be between him and the Frenchman. And we do have Wales versus Ukraine on at 5 p.m. this afternoon with Luke Tanner. He'll be doing a live watch along for that in Cardiff. So it's the last lap. Oh. Espargaro's gone off. What's he doing? Has Alex Espargaro assumed that he just finished the race there? Because it's just lost him 3 places. He's now 5th. He's having to fight for it against Marini. He's gone ahead of Marini, but what the hell's happened there? He stays 5th. Marini just behind him. But either way, Quintaro is 6.8 seconds ahead now because of what's happened. I don't know what happened there. I thought the lap count was wrong. Maybe Alex Espargaro assumed it was the last lap. And he started to wave at the crowd. Then he's like, oh, hang on. Oh, dear. If that is the case, what a massive mistake. Just helps Fabio even more in the gap at the top of the championship. What the hell? Joshua Langley says, no, he must have had a moment. Well, either way, Fabio Quintaro's won. He's just crossed the finish line. And Augie Martin, in the most weird circumstances, gets second. And Zarco, his teammate, gets into the top 3. Fabio watching behind as well. And, oh, Espargaro, can't believe it. 5th place. How to lose it in your final lap? And Fabio Quintaro, he's a good character. Oh, look at Alex Espargaro. He's hiding away in his helmet. He's so annoyed. I think he knows now what he's done. Oh, that'll take a few days to recover, I think. Yeah. One of the track marshals is just giving him a pat on the back. I think he's just... oh. What happened there? We'll have to check that out, but... oh, he had a good race, Espargaro. He had a fantastic race, and then that happened. We'll have to watch the replay if there is going to be something, but he looked like he was waving at the crowd when he finished the penultimate lap, like as though he thought that was it. You know, I've done it now. But, you know, if there's no checkered flag, then, really don't know what to think of that. I've not seen that happen before. Yeah, Joshua Langley's asked, did he look like he was cruising? Oh no, you're right, he got his lap count wrong. I mean, I got no sympathy, to be honest, because if there was a checkered flag there, then yes, that's a mistake from the race control. But if there isn't, that's his problem. You got to look out for the checkered flag. So that's they're just showing the replay now. So here he goes, coming down. And there's not really much on that replay there. So he just stops. Yeah, and then he's waving to the crowd. He thinks it's over. Oh, Espargaro, what are you doing, man? He still... It took him a while. And by then he lost three. He had 3 bikes overtaken. Then he realises, oh crap, I'm still in the race. Ah, so bizarre. I'm sure they'll interview him later and he'll explain it all, but we won't know until we find out from them. But that looks like a simple mistake. But yeah, not the way he wanted it to end, Alex Espargaro. And because of that, Fabio goes 22 points ahead instead of 13 points because of that mistake. Wow. What a consequence. So, Alejandro, the singer, who looks like a guest for this race, is having a picture of one of the bikes, one of the Pramic ones. And Alex Espargaro comes into the garage. And you know what? It's good to see his teammates all give him a clap and a pat on the back. But no, Alex Espargaro, is he crying? Yeah, he's not happy. He is not happy, and they're asking the cameraman to leave, which, yeah, I think you're right to do that. Oh, unbelievable. It was a bit of a weird race, but that ending, oh my God, what was he doing? I can't believe it. Joshua Langley's suggestion, maybe it was a heat stroke. He looked okay. But yeah, I'd be crying if I was him, because you were 13 points behind and you bottled it up to 22. Oh, man. But I'll say this now. If there was no heat stroke, no checkered flag, it's no sympathy in my eyes. It's a simple mistake. And he'll know not to do that again. I do feel for him because he had a good race, Espargaro. He defended the two Pramic bikes very, very well. Had a battle with them throughout, and he was on top until that final lap. But Fabio Quartararo just still on his lap out before he parks the bike. And he's just waving to the crowd. A good win for him in Barcelona. I don't know if he's won in Barcelona before, but this is his second race win of the season. Muir will be happy with 4th as well. He was getting ready to accept 5th, I think, come that final lap. I mean, look, I'll say this now. Jorge Martin, Johan Zarco and Muir will feel, you know, well, that's just luck. You know, they've gained a place because of a simple mistake. But you got to take them. You do the same. And Quartararo parks his bike up and he fist pumps and points towards the Monster Energy logo on his front part of the uniform. Yeah, good race. Good race from him. Very dominant from start to finish, pretty much. John Gruber saying Espargaro, rider of the day for all the wrong reasons. Stormtrooper just said, wow, a 22-point lead for Quartararo, lol. If you haven't yet, folks, vote for your rider of the day. We'll end it in a couple of minutes. But yeah, Espargaro, I think his wife and kid is with him now. He's going to take that really badly. Oh. It is hard to take, but I think when you get that support from your team and your family, it just shows, you know, fight again. We all have bad days. Yeah, I think he has been crying, bless him. Quartararo throwing his gloves out to the crowd who've come out onto the track to watch the podium. But yeah, good win for him. Joshua Langley saying it's not the first time in Grand Prix bike racing that a rider has got his lap count wrong. Sometimes it's a miscommunication on his pit board. Yeah, it could be. You know, it might not be his fault. It might have been someone on the pit board that... I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll find out. I mean, I'm sure we'll hear an interview from him at some point.
But you had to work really hard for it over the course of the weekend. From where you started out on Friday, just tell us about that race and how challenging it was. And of course, if you could please just give us a word on what you thought when you saw Aleix make that mistake.
It was incredible, this mistake at the end, and really I was so thankful to catch the podium in that situation, because race was quite okay over the beginning when I saw Nakagami coming quite fast in the break, and then did a big crash. I could get a few positions, immediately also overtake Paul Espargaro that was in front of me. And then this group of Fabio, Aleix and Martin. Martin was quite strong, and I really tried to handle my rear tire. But even tried to handle it at the maximum as possible to get an advantage at the end. I didn't get the advantage, and even worse at the end. So it was pretty frustrating to miss this speed at the end, because I was the only one with the hard rear, and he should get an advantage, and I didn't get it. But then it was good to keep pushing, because when Aleix did this mistake of the last lap, I first thought it's a mechanic problem, and then I understood that he was celebrating. So I say, finish your lap and catch your podium.
Lovely to see you back up here on the podium in Barcelona. Well done.
Merci.
Yeah, so that was Johan Zarco, who was able to pip Espargaro to the podium at the end after the mistake Espargaro made. But I'm sure before we finish, we'll hear from Jorge Martin and hopefully Fabio as well. Up here he is now, Mr. Jorge Martin.
This man then, just a second podium finish of what's been a pretty troublesome 2022 for Jorge Martin. He's in Park Fermé with Amy.
Jorge, it's been tough times of recent. You're going under the surgeon's knife tomorrow, I believe. How does it feel to be back here on the podium? Obviously, a real sign of optimism of what's to come.
Yeah, well, it's been a long season. Was difficult anyway. Second position today. I struggled during the last races, but I knew I was there. I was still the same Martinator, and yeah, this weekend was almost perfect. The pace was there. I was struggling being behind Aleix, so I was trying to be in front. But yeah, finally, thanks to the crowd, to my fans, they are here pushing a lot. Gracias a todos y la próxima más. Gas.
Great to see you back.
Yeah, great.
I mean, good podium for Pramac Racing either way, but they know they got a bit lucky there. But that's just the way it is. And I think Zarco is fourth. No, yeah, Zarco's fourth in the championship now, but he's still 40-odd points behind. But yeah, for Jorge Martin, I'm sure some of the fans like that. Anyway, Fabio Quintaro is just about to have a word now with the interviewer.
With Amy.
Fabio, congratulations. You had so much margin, but you made it look completely effortless to just keep that hammer down.
Exactly. I felt good from the beginning. I knew I wanted to be first in the first corner, and finally I managed to get something crazy. So yeah, I'm so happy. Great to see all the fans here. I want to thank them all to come here, and yeah, amazing race. I felt great. I was not controlling all the race, but pushing from the beginning, and then see how was my rear tire going. Was really good, and I had some margin and always increasing my lead. So happy, and Mugello one here was meant to be difficult, but 2-1-1 is a really great result.
Congratulations.
And so that's your top three interviews. Probably won't hear from Espargaro because they don't normally interview people outside the podium straight after a race, but I'm sure there'll be an interview at some point, unless he doesn't want to talk to the media, because that will be very, very tough. Zophex asks, any news on Nakagami? Is he okay? I've not heard anything to say he's... Well, I mean, I could have a quick look on Twitter, maybe. We'll have a look, but he was able to walk it off after the collision. There's nothing on the news board to say that there's anything wrong. But let me just have a look. Let's have a look. Apparently, the only update we have so far, Nakagami, would suggest that replay shown he means he's okay-ish, but this is MotoGP, so he's been taken to the medical centre for a checkup, apparently. So yeah, let's hope he's okay. But yeah, very ugly crash we saw there. But anyway, hopefully he'll be okay. Zopik said, "Oh, he walked. That's good news then." Yeah, he was fine. Like the moment they crashed, he was still moving. So I think he'll be fine. It will just be if he's injured and if he'll miss the next race. So the next race, folks, is on the left-hand side of your screen. June the 19th, the Germany Grand Prix, followed by the Dutch Grand Prix a week after. So do join us for that here on Let's Talk Sport. Before we go, let's end our Rider of the Day poll. I think it's very obvious who has won this one. He's come out on top on the race, and he's come out on top of Rider of the Day, and that is Fabio Quartararo. At 77% of you have voted for him, 10% for Alex Marquez, Muir with 7%, and Martin 4%. Thanks to all of you who voted. And anyway, we are going to end the stream there. So thank you, as always, for watching our MotoGP watch along on Let's Talk Sport. If you haven't yet and you're new, click that subscribe button and give us some of your support. We'd really appreciate it. It's free to do so, and you'll be kept up to date for our future content, whether that's MotoGP, football, F1, tennis, you name it. We've got plenty of watch-alongs between now and the end of the summer, that is for sure, to look forward to. So our next watch-along is with my friend Luke. He'll be here at 5 p.m. UK time for Wales versus Ukraine for a place at the World Cup finals in November in Qatar. So anyway, for now, thanks for watching and have a good rest of the weekend. See you later.